Hi, Robin with Oxy-Dry, and I'm near the end of this commercial job that I'm doing, and I'm doing the steps. This is the last set of steps I'm doing. I've done the two other ones, and I thought I would show you guys something might interest you. This is kind of going back in history a little bit. Way back when I started 28 years ago, there was very few options for stair tools for VLM. Initially, I actually, believe it or not, used my Von Schroeder dry foam machine, which was a pain in the butt, but I wanted it to be low moisture if at all possible. And then I went and picked up a couple of, I think I had those little plastic OP machines used for buffing your car. I used those for a little bit. They worked okay. You'd burn them out pretty quick, and they didn't spin a pad worth darn. But mind you, didn't have much choice for pads either. Things were clumsy back then. But then a few years in, I came across this machine here it's actually at a vacuum repair place. This is called Sprite, made in England, jolly old England. I guess it's about a 10 or 11 inch pad driver there, I guess. And it's unusual that it has a fixed handle. And when I bought it, I wasn't really sure if I could use it or not, but I actually found it worked really good for for commercial. That's where I primarily used it, was for my commercial jobs. But then I went away from it when I got a stepson. And then a few years later, got the Oric, and that's what I've been using almost all the time. Well, actually, I guess all the time for stairs. But anyway, this thing has been sitting in the back corner for my garage for a long time, but I pulled it out recently, started using it again on a few jobs, and I realized, you know what, it actually does work really well. And I thought, I'll pull it out and use it on this job, and so I can show you how I used it. And it works really good. So a small rotary will actually work well. And I'll show you how I do that. A couple of things that makes this thing interesting is it has an unusual, they call that, well, I guess they call it Instalock. This pad driver has a foam material in here. There it is there. And it makes it all spongy, which gives it a little more smoother ride, I guess. Anyway, it works well. Really torquey little machine. They still make these, although they're not exactly the same, but they, I can't remember the name of it now, but they're still made in the UK. I don't know if they're imported. They probably aren't. But anyway, let's turn it on. Anyway, you can see I'm running with a green stripe pad. I had a few that I picked up that fit, and they are working just fine. I do have some Ironman that'll fit on here as well as 2-ways. And I guess the glide pads I have would work on here too, although I don't think the glide pads would have enough bite on a rotary, but I could use those if I wanted to. Easy machine to use. It's not that heavy. It's heavier than an Oric. I would say it's probably around 50 pounds, maybe a bit less. I think the Oric is, 36 pounds or so. So there's a little bit of weight to it. It came with a really nice grout brush too. There was actually, at the time, there was 2 or 3 of them sitting at the vacuum repair place. So I grabbed the one I thought was the nicest. I can't remember what I paid for it. I think I paid around $300 for it or so. That was 15 years ago or more. So, and I've used it. As I say, it used to be my main, or my only thing I would use for commercial work. Now, this is going to be a little bit awkward to show you how I use it on the steps, because I actually I'll stand a step or two down, and I'll be standing with my facing this wall So the machine will be going that way, I'm facing that way. And I have my hand on the handle here. It's got a nice little handle, it's perfectly situated. So I go up the steps. See if I can turn my phone. I don't think I know if I can or not, but I'm trying to give you guys an idea what I'm doing here. Okay. A little bit awkward to video this, but there you go. Oh yeah, you can see it. So I just go back and forth a little bit. Now there are small machines out there available, 10 or 12-inch machines. Actually, come to think of it, when I first started off, I forgot about it, but my first machine was a 12-inch. FM 13-inch Clark rotary, and I could do steps with it. I would stand a step or two below and kind of do it kind of like what I'm doing right now, and it worked fine. That's why I did all my steps initially, and then eventually that machine burned out, and I couldn't find another machine like that until I came across this little one. But yeah, a smaller machine will do steps, and they work fine. And the nice thing about, camera's going all wonky here. The nice thing about the using the rotary like this is, it's really nice to use on the landings if there's lots of landings to deal with. It doesn't make much noise either. It doesn't rattle around like the York does, or can. Get rid of my cord here. Yeah, this building is coming up really well, and I'm just really impressed with how well those Rubbermaid pads worked on this carpet. I think my impression is this carpet looks better than the last few times I cleaned it with my OP. Interesting. Okay, will do. Anyway, I guess I'll let you go. You get an idea. I just wanted to show you kind of how I did it. It's kind of awkward to keep watching my camera here while I clean. It's slowing me down a little bit. Anyway, I'll let you go. So thanks for watching and have a good day.